Why did I feel like that was going to happen? Panthers versus Canadians on matinee at NHL Network, which I hated. I hated using NHL Network. We lost this game 4-2 to the Montreal Canadiens due to special teams, horrible calls, man, mind you, and also to our defense, which is It was lackluster defense. Anyway, it's Sergei Bobrovsky who just going through misery versus Sam Montembeault. Whatchamacallit. And so it starts off with the Panthers shooting the puck. Naismith with the shot that was stopped by Montembeault. Cole Caulfield, who we had to watch out for. Barkov with the wrist shot that was stopped there by Montembeault. Newhook with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. And early in the game, Bobrovsky lost his stick, and he was able to still make a stop. Stickless Bob. Brendan Gallagher gets called for a high stick against Balinskis. Florida goes on the power play. During that power play, Sam Sarkevich with the wrist shot that was stopped by Montembeault. And that power play ends as Lundell gets called for a high stick against Joel Armia. So it'll become a 4-on-4 for a little bit. And during that 4-on-4, Jake Evans with the tip-in that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Montreal then goes on a little bit of power play, and that penalty would be killed off. And then Nick Suzuki's shot was stopped by Bobrovsky. Gallagher's deflection was stopped by Bobrovsky. Struble with the slap shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Stern with the backhand that was stopped by Montembeault, and then Tobias Bjornfoot with the high stick against Dvorak. Montreal goes on the power play, and they score instantly. He's assisted by Nick Suzuki with his 53rd assist of the season, and Lane Hutson's 52nd assist of the season. Off the slap shot, really, once again, Patrick Laine with his 19th goal of the season, and of course he gets that power play goal, and of course he would get that lead for Montreal. 1-0 Montreal already. However, a minute and so later, Roy Hart ties it up. He's assisted by Verhaeghe. That's his 30th assist of the season. And Barkov's 47th assist of the season. Off the backhand, it's Sam Reinhart's 36th goal of the season. He ties it up 1-1 for the Florida Panthers. Awesome. Lane Hudson with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Mike Matheson, a former Panther as well. That was a wrist shot. Was stopped by Bobrovsky. Reinhart was robbed by Montembeault. Colden goal with the high stick against AJ Greer. So Florida goes on a power play. During that power play, Jake Evans with the shorthanded chance, which was stopped by Bobrovsky. Reinhart tries to tip it home. That was stopped by Montembeault. We then go to the second period. With the second period, the power play goes through the second period, and Barkov with the wrist shot that was stopped by Montembeault. And that power play is killed off. AJ Greer with the deflection that was stopped by Montembeault. And then after that deflection, I feel like the referee whistled it a little bit too early. And then the whole scrum broke loose. The whole fight broke loose. Josh Anderson cross-checks AJ Greer. And AJ Greer with the retaliation. He got hurt in the first period, and thankfully he was okay. So that's what happened. So it becomes a 4-on-4 for this game. And during that 4-on-4, Sam Sarkevich with the wraparound attempt that just sailed to the wide to right. Gustav Forsling with the wrist shot that was stopped by Montembeault. And then 4-on-4 would be killed off there. Gallagher with the snap shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Sam Sarkevich above the crossbar. That slap shot hit the crossbar, and that should have went in. Sam Bennett with the wrist shot that was stopped by Montembeault. Brendan Gallagher with a snap shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Couple of blocks from Nico Sturm against Dvorak. And then a stupid penalty call against Lundell. They called it They called it interference on Lundell against Carrier. And of course, they score on this power play. He's assisted by Lane Hudson. That's his 53rd assist of the season. And Nick Suzuki's 54th assist of the season. They both have 2 assists in the game, by the way. Off the wrist shot, This was not even a wrist shot, bro. This was a pass attempt across the blue crease. But the reason why they call it a wrist shot, because Slafkovsky's shot is actually a pass, and Seth Jones' block redirects the puck towards the back of the net. Are you joking? So he gets credited for the goal. It's a wrist shot, even though it's actually a pass. And that block was so bad by Seth Jones, that puck ricocheted to the back of the net. You're joking me. And of course, Montreal gets another power play goal. But hey, no need to worry, folks, because Seth Jones redeemed. He gets a one-timer in, and he scores. He's assisted by Rodriguez. That's his 15th assist of the season. And Barkov's 48th assist of the season. And off the slap shot, it's Seth Jones with his 9th goal of the season, his 2nd goal as a Panther. He ties it up. Okay, a little bit of a redeeming himself. Pretty nice. And Lundell tries to deflect, but that was stopped by Montebolt. We then go to the third period, tied 2-2. And the third period was awful. It starts off with shots on targets from Verhaeghe with the backhand and rebound wrist shot. That was stopped by Montebolt. But 2 minutes into the third period, Nick Suzuki with the one-timer, he scored. And this is after Slafkovsky's sailed on Mr. Right. Where the hell was that defense? Where was that defense? They were coming. They're going to the blue crease. The formation just is so terrible. What the hell was that defense? So Slafkovsky's 29th assist of the season and Lane Hudson's 54th assist of the season. And off the snapshot, it's Nick Suzuki's 23rd goal of the season. And it's a game-winning goal. It's a go-ahead goal to make it 3-2 Montreal. Florida tries to keep shooting the puck in with Reinhardt. That was stopped by Montebolt. Montreal, Josh Anderson with the snapshot. That was stopped by Bobrovsky. Verhaeghe with the wrist shot. That was stopped by Montebolt. No penalties throughout the period. There were a couple of close chances for Florida. There were a couple of scrums there and there. And by that point, it would be an empty net situation. Carrier with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. And then Jones was blocked by Dvorak, and Dvorak, with his 19th assist, gives it to Brendan Gallagher, and Gallagher ends this game to make it 4-2 Montreal, 18th goal of the season, and they win 4-2. You know, they're playing inspired hockey right now, and they're trying to make it to the playoffs, but what a bad defensive game by the Panthers in this game. After the game was over, Nico Mikkola, with some anger in him, beating the shit out of Montebolt and beating the crap out of everybody. Montreal took exception to it. He gets a misconduct, an unsportsmanlike conduct. He gets everything. And this game was just over. 4-2 Montreal. Florida with 26 shots on target. They have 22. Florida with 2 power play opportunities. They got nothing. They got 3 out. Montreal with 3 power play opportunities. They got 2 goals. 23 block shots for Montreal. 11 block shots for Florida. Penalties, 6 penalties for Florida. 20 penalty minutes for Florida. That was because of the misconduct. 4 takeaways for Montreal, 3 takeaways for Florida, 15 giveaways for Florida, 11 giveaways for Montreal. And stars of the game, Nick Suzuki's 1 star with 1 goal, 2 assists. He was the one with the game winner. 2 stars goes to Lane Hudson with 3 assists, and 3 stars goes to Barkov with 2 assists. I'm kind of surprised they didn't give that to Slafkovsky. But either way, this game sucked. I don't want to talk about it no more. Habs fans, congrats. You got another victory against defending champions. And the Panthers, for some odd reason, this season, one of the seasons against the Montreal Canadiens, they match up horribly. They match up poorly against the Canadiens, and they play them again. They play them again in April 1st. That's a clever April Fool's joke. Anyway, I'm done talking about this. That's going to do it for this one. If you like this video and not the game, and hit the like button, subscribe for content. I'll see you guys a little bit later on for a Marlins recap. That one is positive to talk about. All right, man. I'll see you guys next time. Good night.